For many talented young performers, going to Broadway would be a dream come true. This week, 2 Green Country students will be chosen to make that journey. It's all part of the Discovery Awards. Sara Phoenix is with the Tulsa PAC, and Kristin Dotson is the CEO of Celebrity Attractions. They're here to tell us more about the 3rd annual Discovery Awards. Welcome, ladies. Nice to meet you and see you.
Thanks for having us.
Sara, let's talk about this. This is a big deal because these students are going to get to make a trip of a lifetime.
Yeah, it's a huge program. It's a national program with 50 regional programs throughout the country that provide opportunities for kids to have access to Broadway and training opportunities. We'll pick 2 from Tulsa or from this area to travel to New York to perform on Broadway this
We're going to
summer.
take a look at some video here in just a little bit. But Chris, this is something that as Celebrity Attractions, you go out. How does the process work?
So it's a free program to participate for the schools. We've got 23 schools participating this year, 25 musicals represented, 49 kids that will be that are in rehearsals this week. We bring in some really top-tier talent to work with these kids. We have Tony Award winner Faith Prince, Tony nominee Lara Tater, sorry. And then our musical director, Jeremy Stevens, who's fantastic.
Yes.
And they work with the kids, put them through the paces all week for the performance on Thursday night.
What's the show like to go and see? These are snippets of all these fantastic musicals.
It is wonderful. It is joyous. It's delightful just to watch these kids performing their favorite musical theater pieces, having been coached all week by Faith and Lara. There is nothing like it in northeastern Oklahoma. It's one of my favorite nights of the year.
Well, and we've got the pictures of the students that are going to be participating. Different schools, like big and small. I mean, it's a lot of people say, oh, I know, like Jinx and Union, they always have the big musical theater programs, but really this is for everyone.
It really is.
Yeah, and it's an incredible opportunity. The 2 kids that get sent to New York to be on Broadway, perform on Broadway, and it's actually a pipeline. There are so many kids that have come through the Jimmy Awards that are represented in 2 national tours and on Broadway. They're in Moulin Rouge, they're in Parade, they're in Wicked. Like, I mean, it's a really big step into the business if that's what you're wanting to do. It's
well,
incredible.
And I know in previous times I've spoken to Mark Fry, the director of the PAC, and it's one of those things where we all kind of think of back in the day when we were in high school, it's like, let's put on a show. And now the level of technical, you know, there's just so much more, and having this kind of stair step can really launch careers.
It's incredible. It's kind of like our local Tony Awards, really.
Yeah.
But just a really incredible opportunity for these kids to work all together, like the sense of community that you get during this week. The kids get so close, and they're just so passionate about what they do, and it's just really neat to witness.
So, and these, when you talk about being chosen, how did that process work and choosing these students from the different schools?
So we have a ton of adjudicators who are theater professionals from this area that go out and watch all of these musicals throughout the year that are being produced at all the high schools. And then they nominate 1 male and 1 female student from each school to come and participate this week. And then we'll take the top male and the top female from this to New York.
Now, will they do the same thing they do here locally on the national stage?
Very similar, but they have access to even more professionals, more people. They're there in the center of it, so it's a wonderful
And they'll also get to see a show on Broadway, and then they get to see their name and lights on Broadway because they put it up on the marquee in Times Square, which is a really cool thing.
That is.
Yeah.
And I know that, you know, obviously, Chris, with Celebrity Attractions and bringing Broadway to Tulsa, this just kind of goes hand in hand what, you know, the founder of Celebrity Attractions, Larry Payton, was all about, just, you know, furthering the arts, bringing them to levels where, if you think of someone who lives in a rural community that may not ever have an opportunity to be on that kind of stage.
Yeah, it's, and the partnership that we have with the PAC to do this, it's our favorite thing we do all year. We get to do some really cool stuff in this business. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't loved my job, but this is like one of the coolest things that we do. It's our favorite thing. It's a lot of work, but oh my gosh, the payoff is just incredible to see these kids.
Well, and while I've got you here, I've got to say, next week is Lion King.
Lion King.
Yes. I'm pinching myself. Talking
about people that have performed a national tour.
Right.
Leanne Taylor.
Yeah, I was the bird lady. Yeah. Well, and
Are you available next week?
Well, actually, I think I'm gonna go check out Zazu. Is that right?
Oh,
Okay, so
cool.
I won't actually be in the show, but I'm gonna check that out.
She's doing some neat stuff.
I do, and I think that's what I love about what you guys do in these partnerships, in making sure that that we here in Tulsa, America, get the same kind of productions, that we don't have to always go to New York City to be able to see that. So, all right, let me give you the details of Discovery Awards tomorrow night, Thursday, May 25th, 7:30 at the PAC, and we'll post a link at our website for tickets at newson6.com. Great to see you. Can't wait for Lion King. Can't wait for the new seasons as well. Nice to meet you, Sarah. Thanks for coming in. Good to